let me get in here before the people start filling up into the live stream. I'm being powerfully optimistic. I'm being mighty powerful optimistic here that nobody gonna show up just yet. Because when I was doing programming yesterday behind the scenes, it started messing up. There we go. I did the right one. I got the right one, baby. Diet Pepsi. Y'all, I was calling myself being pre-productive yesterday. Pre-productive, proactive, right on, yada, yada, yada. And I did a few video thumbnails for said topics. And then I don't know what happened with the thumbnails, because it's like the 3 thumbnails that I did ended up syncing up being the same 3 thumbnails. So what I'm saying is it made triplicates of my same thumbnails. So I had to make sure before I got all the way live on this live stream is that I was actually in the right stream. So what I had to do to make sure I was actually pushing the right pre live stream setup was check the date. So I was hoping that my logic, because my logic is undeniable. Shouts out to iRobot. Now, what's that robot woman named Siri? Now, I know her name was Siri. What's going on, Chile? Welcome into a bonus video. I had to take an educated guess to figure out if I did the right live stream or not. Because when I did pre-recorded videos, the cover art not once but twice but 3 times made the same thumbnail. So I could have been in the wrong. I could have been talking a whole bunch of nothing. Just talking to myself. But I figured it out. Thank you so much for coming in. How are you doing today? This is a bonus video, of course. I want to hop in real quick and get in here before lunchtime come due. Let me put my earmuffs on so I can make sure everything is present and accounted for. It sure is terrible. I was like, wow, this wasn't the definition of me working ahead. So yeah, all 3 thumbnails all 3 pictures showed up the exact same. So I couldn't just waltz in and punch a picture like McDonald's do now with the new cash registers. But that's another live stream for another day, because when I worked at McDonald's, we didn't have pictures to look at and mash hamburger for hamburger and press cheeseburger picture for cheeseburger. No, we had to remember a whole metric system of codes when I worked at McDonald's. And I was awful in biology. I couldn't remember the table to save my life. So you think I'm going to get ready to remember all these keys and codes for some McDonald's cash register? No. Well, obviously you can see I'm no longer working there. But like I said, that's another story, man. I'm getting upset because it's supposed to be an easy job. McDonald's up here trying to paint the picture like I can't do nothing right. Like in not Open Season. What's that movie? It's an animal movie, Zootopia. Can't do nothing right. Yeah, I'm a loser, baby. And I can't do nothing right. Well, that's how McDonald's show made me feel when I did my walk of shame and left my flowered up McDonald's uniform. I felt like a plumb fool. Moving forward, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for coming in, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Today's gonna be reactionary video. I'm doing a reactionary video to one of the Joe Budden Podcast episodes that actually caught my attention, and it was the Halloween special. Thank you guys so much for coming in and pressing the thumbs up and participating in the survey. Yeah, so if you want to follow along with me, I have the link in the description box to which I'm actually getting ready to follow and set up for myself. So it has here the episode link is at the bottom. So I'm actually clicking that now. I done accidentally, girl, if you don't get, I done messed up personally for myself. It wasn't even supposed to be that way. Ah, LA, I'm up here pushing the wrong buttons and there is no edits in a live stream. How you doing? Welcome in from India. Wow, you guys are really coming from a mighty long ways. That means a lot. How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what I'm going to do is open up a separate tab so I can start reviewing the video. And though the description in the bottom pretty much says something on the lines of me going to just review the first hour of it. Hi, how are you doing? Because their video is almost 3 or 4 hours long and I only have so much time in the day. Only have so much time in the day. So, as you know, live streaming is where you have to know how to multitask at the same time. So, while I'm talking with you guys, I am looking for the tab to open up a new window so I can get to the Joe Budden Podcast video I'm actually going to react to. And it's the holiday one. I'm doing good. I'm feeling good, feeling great. Feeling great, feeling good. How are you? Joe Budden Podcast. Yeah, they had Halloween costumes on, and I was super surprised. You guys are tearing it up, according to me, with the surveys. There are 11 people who already showed up and showed out in the name of participating in the survey. Once I get this video pulled up, I will happily read what the results are. The last time I did a video response to a particular Joe Budden video, a lot of the people said they didn't watch it. So it was nice to be able to, ooh, y'all, oh my gosh, help me. Ah! I thought I looked in the mirror. Excuse me. So a lot of people hadn't even watched it. So it was pretty cool that I was able to let you guys know what that was. Is it cold where I'm at? It's getting there. Y'all, it's getting there. You need, it's definitely sweater weather or like a nice solid hoodie or some layers like Shrek. Layers! You need layers! Let me adjust myself before I get really started. I don't want my leg falling asleep on me. I'm sitting right here on the floor. Like, you know, like Ash Ketchum, Pallet Town. I'm sitting right here on the floor with the bare bones of my YouTube setup. And I'll make it do what it do, B. Shout out to Ray Charles. It's a sad shame. Who's in the building? Thank you for being in the building. So what I'm going to be doing is the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 874, Mike and Molly. Mike and Molly. High five to all y'all. Bam, bam. Thank you. I will be reviewing the first hour of it. And if the show bodes well, and seems to be good to my liking, I will just continue on an hour at a time, y'all, reviewing this particular episode. So that's what we're going to do. Hello, how are you doing today? I'm doing good. Thank you so much. Man, y'all tearing it up. I'm still trying to set up. Well, LA, you should have had that set up before people start flooding in. Well, I wasn't expecting people to start flooding in. I appreciate all y'all for coming in. It's exactly 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, ET phone, home time over here in the wonderful state of Georgia. Georgia, Georgia, all the way through. Now I'll pause to take a sip of water as I look back over my life and I'll take a sip of water. Okay. Kanye West says Sunday service is over, so be quiet and get to talking about said topic at hand. I guess I'll fold myself up in this tight space and get to live streaming. Let me close the door, block out the noise of the world, bunker down and be responsible. Joe Budden and all of them sitting on the couch, they do a warm-up before they get right into the said subject at hand, so can I. And so am I. I have some soft music going on in the background. We're getting ready to get into it. The link is in the description below. If you want to listen to the first hour with me and respond to the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 847 / Mike and Molly, you are in the right spot. Oh, look, try it right here. I have a sticker I'm getting ready to participate in. Shouts out to AI Overview, help of it all with this YouTube stuff. It's a thought bubble. What can I put in here today? What can I ask y'all in the name of this? Who y'all think had the best costume? Yes. So this is what I'm getting ready to put in here. So if it look like I'm just staring all in the screen for nothing, I have a question I'm going to ask y'all. Who had the best costume? Who has the best costume? Simply the best. Da, da, da. And all the rest. Shouts out Tina Turner. Boy, if Tina Turner was my mama. Boy, man, if Tina Turner was your mama, how would your life been? Who had the best costume? So I'll put that on here. That's the question I'm typing up right now. I'm so happy that YouTube is integrated with AI because it's making stuff better. At least for me. Nobody does it better. Well, shoot. Thank y'all for AI. MONSTER. There it is. Oh, y'all, I did all that typing to look for a Frankenstein emoji. I don't even have a Frankenstein emoji. I have a robot, a ghost, a zombie, an alien. Whatever. Who has the best costume? So I'm finished and I'm going to push. Oh, come on. Let me put that on there, please. There it is. So that's what I was doing. I was typing up a question. So during this live stream of the Budden Podcast, they're going to be wearing costumes. So you feel free to chime in and let me know who y'all think had the best costume. Now, this might start some trouble. Shout out Bernie Mac. So let me see here. I'm getting ready to start everything up. It's Joe Budden Podcast, episode 847, Mike and Molly, the first hour. If the show is good and entertaining to my liking, I will continue on with part 2 sometime this week. Let's go. I repeat, this is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, or dieting, or telling anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interest at heart or our own. Laughter. Enjoy the show. Joe Budden. Microphone check 1, 2. What is this? JBP, back in business. Sit down. Before you scare the people that I do have in here away. Yeah. So the show starts off. This dude is in a green Skeletor looking mask off. They actually dressed up, y'all. I'm totally surprised they dressed up for Halloween. Are y'all? So Joe looks like a green Skeletor. We've got dude dressed like a ninja. We've got Parks as Beauty and the Beast. I was about to call her Bella Swan, but same color. I'm sorry, girl. Oh, man. And the name is said, don't call me white girl. Well, Bella Swan, that's disrespectful, Elay. Don't say it about that woman. At least say the lady in the red hair. The woman in the red hair, she's got on a clown mask, too. So Joe talking about, he was standing outside in the rain. Oh, he telling his story about he had to stand outside in the rain because he's trying to get to his costume shop to get a mask. He talking about how people just didn't recognize him. I'm so sorry for it. So So he's talking about he was trying to, get into abracadabra costume shop to get a mask. So the security out there had to go inside the building because something was jumping off inside the store. So therefore, he was able to allegedly cut the line so he can go on in and get a costume, I guess, for today. It looks like, y'all remember the hunted mask from Goosebumps? It looks like he's wearing the Goosebumps. Joe's wearing the Goosebumps mask from Goosebumps, and it's melting into his face. He need to take that off. That don't look right. Somebody, Michael Myers, who was under there? This dude's face is completely covered. Ish is not there right now. Where is why was I about to call him Flashpoint? Yo, I be terrible with names, man. What's that dude's name? Wow. That large dude not there. Flip, I'm sorry, man. I just he not there neither. So this dude is in a full body, head to toe ninja outfit. So far for effort of it all, he will have to win the award for the costume. It's 2 empty seats, y'all, on today's show. That's so weird. What's going on? So that's Mona. Oh, man. Dog, so it's come to Mona's realization that she probably been texting the wrong number. She been trying to get in contact with somebody. What? Mona is a clown. She's got a clown mask on, and it's got like 3 ponytails like the Cynthia doll from Rugrats. Y'all remember the Cynthia doll from Rugrats? Well, the mask she's wearing, it's got okay, we got the Cynthia doll from Rugrats, and you have not Ren and Stimpy. What is that cartoon? Rick and Morty. Her hair look like the Rick and Morty dude. Hey, thank you for coming in. How are you doing today? In the description below is the link to where I'm doing the reactionary video to Joe Budden Podcast episode 874 when they dressed up in Halloween costumes. So I'm actually reviewing it right now in real time. They're playing Thriller music. Michael Jackson. Okay. Do you consider just wearing a mask a costume? Because anybody can go wear a mask. It's about fully dedicating yourself to the whole setup. Like the guy in the ninja suit. So who has the best costume? Technicality issues, the guy in the ninja suit, because he completely took on the whole essence of it. He's got a ninja suit on from head to toe. You cannot even see his eyes. He's just sitting there. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I don't know where Flip at right now and the other guy. But it's 2 empty chairs. And that's weird. Let me skip this commercial. I didn't say make the picture bigger. I asked to please skip the commercial. It sure is almost Christmas. And they're already starting their sales up. Y'all ready for that? It's only 3 people there's only 4 people there. At the angle that they just showed, it actually looked nice, though. It's nice seeing a little space in between everybody as they sit on the sofa. It's not so much of an eyesore. Like, for example, how this light is blinding me and I have to turn it down. It's nice seeing space in between. It's a bit easier on the eyes. It's less I have to focus on, if that makes any sense. Yep. Prize picks gangs. Yep. What's going on? How are you doing today, Judge? This is a bonus video. I'm doing a reaction video to Joe Budden Podcast episode 874, Mike and Molly. Just the first hour because they dressed up in costumes, the whole crew. Well, the four that are there. Thank you so much for coming in. Hey, girl. Hey. And I'm wondering where everybody is at. So far, wow, Joe is tripping out. They're taking their masks off now. They're complaining because they're sweating under the mask. You know those plastic rubber masks that we used to have back in our time when you going trick-or-treating? Hey! I had a mask like that. It was a Barbie mask or something, or a Jam. You guys remember Jam? Those plastic masks, the string will pinch into the side of my face and it will hurt. And before I take the mask, after I take the mask off, it'll be like a ring around here and the string print on the side of my head. I'll be walking around looking like this. And they were like, take your mask off. I'm like, I did take my mask off already. And then you be sweating and stuff. That's crazy. Thank you so much. Did you do anything for the season? I ate a lot of candy, but I didn't eat a lot of candy to the point where I got sick. Yeah, what's going on? All rise, the judge is in session. Hey girl, sit down. Hey girl, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. Yes, this thing is extremely comfortable. I recommend everybody get you one of your favorite animal. This is like, I get it mixed up between a panda or a raccoon. Yeah. Yes. Reese's Cups. High five. Bam. I had some Reese's Pieces and we had microwave popcorn. We carried the festivities into the next day. We didn't just end at on Halloween night. Yeah, it's a red panda. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. And I only came to that assumption. I led more towards that assumption because the Disney movie Red, shoot, Disney be teaching me a lot of stuff. So Mona's hair on Joe Budden they're talking about what do they call it? When we were growing up, it was called Devil's Night. So the day before Halloween, that was the day where all the people had the said permission to go egg houses and toilet paper schools and your houses and stuff like that. Our parents definitely made sure we were in the house before the sun was even thinking about getting ready to set. We had to be in the house. I swear, like at 3 p.m. on Devil's Night. And you better just not have to go check that mailbox too late. So, yeah. Oh, man. Big Freeze. So, yeah, Freeze is the one in the ninja costume, if you guys are wondering. And so, for me, Freeze will be the one who's going to have the best costume in the Joe Budden Podcast. Freeze. He fully committed, so he's got my vote. We've got Parks. He's Beauty and the Beast, but he had to take his horns off because he said they were giving him a headache. Certain costumes just do hurt. The toilet paper part seems fun. I've always wanted to participate in toilet papering. I've never got to do that. But I would see schools, though, the next day. It would be fun to drive around the neighborhood to see who did get got. It would be the schools, toilet paper hanging all over the place from the trees. Now, you know when the C-19 was around, I wonder how many people... If toilet paper... Let me rephrase this statement. If toilet paper was still hard to come by, how many people would have been going up behind the kids' toilet paper in the trees, going around with plastic bags from the grocery store, stuffing the toilet paper into their bags and taking it home? What about egg in the house? On the podcast, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead of myself because I listened to a part of this yesterday, which is why I wanted to talk about it today. But egg in the house. I think I've only witnessed someone's property being egged a couple times in my life. I'm doing good. I am doing a reactionary video to the Joe Budden Podcast. A74. They said Ice is on his way. They're thinking he's probably at the Abracadabra. I was about to say the Abracadabra magic shop, but he is probably at the costume shop. So character day. So how do you feel? Parks corrected them in midday. Instead of saying happy Halloween, Parks corrected and said character day. Do y'all like that better? Would y'all rather call Halloween or character day? I, for one, like it being called character day. So mischief night. So that's what Mona is asking right now. You know, we called it Devil's Night, Halloween Eve. But they said so that's what they're saying. They participated in mischief nights in New Jersey more than the actual Halloween itself. And so she's asking them, was it always the night before? Because like you have the night before Christmas, there's the night before Halloween. So you low-key like the name Halloween? Okay. Oh my gosh, no you didn't. Well, that's the gag right there, because not only do you have the toilet paper to clean up, now the property area is going to be like it's been skunked. So that's a double whammy. It's like somebody just unleashed a whole family of squirrels. No, not squirrels, a family of skunks. So here it is. They don't think that's the marker, and the 12-minute 40-second mark. They're talking about they don't think people are going around throwing eggs at people's houses because eggs still cost too much, and that's a valid point. I don't think people are throwing eggs. They cost too much. It's gonna be people behind them scraping it off and putting it in their plates, and their skillets to take home. He had his Benihana's stolen. I've heard of Benihana's. It's spoken of in a reverence like it's very expensive, so I'll take their word for it. But he's saying that he DoorDashed about a couple $100 worth of Benihana's food, and he was chasing them down because they stole his food. So he actually chased down the pirate people who stole his food, his $200 worth of food, and then he effed around and found out he drove out of the suburbs into Gotham City, and he decided that he was thusly in the chase. Wise move from who they allegedly call a wise man. I don't think I'll be chasing anybody down for my food. I will be heated. Yes, I will be. But are we going to have to start incorporating some type of porch spring traps on the porch to prevent pirate thieves from taking folks' food? And then Mona is like trying to visually figure out how in the world. He said he don't have rage. Oh my gosh, and he just said he's got rage. Oh my goodness, beating somebody over the head because you done took my DoorDash food. Now, in reference to DoorDash food delivery, every time we order from Burger King, every time I order food, every time we order Burger King, our food was always cold. So that's the only thing I've witnessed. But thankfully, we haven't been victims of porch thieves yet. Pirate thieves. So Mark Lamont Hill, the alleged brains of the show, got his food stolen by porch pirates. And he got in his car and commenced to following them until he got in too deep and landed in Gotham City. And he decided to hit reverse and go on back, reverse the car and park at home. Go at home. I guess they're going to have to eat McDonald's. What are they talking about now? Mona's talking about she got to taste her man's food to make sure it's okay because because their food tastes better. Is that true? It's like, okay, so my husband and I will order food, and I get what I want to get and he'll get what he want to get, but we still sample each other's food just to see how it tastes. But I'm not going to be like, take his whole meal. Your meal tastes better than mine. Oh, I'm your wife. Give me your food. I'm not going to do that. We just sample each other's food and be like, you know what, that's good. Maybe I'll get that next time. And I end up forgetting and I order the same thing I got the last time. And the cycle continues. Oh, man. So right now we are currently 16 minutes into this live stream and listening to the episode 874, and it's only 4 people on the couch, y'all. Mona, no, Flip isn't there. It's just Mona, Freeze, Mark, and Joe. But I kind of like it though. So Mona is talking about her instance with Instacart. Oh my gosh, she had a bad experience with the Instacart drivers, Instacart people. When he was picking up groceries for her, and she said it took him 2 hours to get just a few things. And she just didn't understand why it took him so long. She said everything on her list was basically food. So she was wondering why she ended up finding him at said grocery store where she wanted her Instacart helper to get her food from. She physically went to the store and found him down the wrong aisle. Hey, how you doing? And the wrong aisle was like the paper plates aisle, and it had nothing to do with food. So, she had a bad experience with Instacart. I'm sorry for it. Now they all over the place today. They're talking about food. Hey, what's going on? A Starbucks macchiato? That sounds so fancy. Y'all drink fancy coffee? Coffee that I cannot pronounce is the closest thing to fancy that I've ever had. I know I'm not going to pay $172 for a cup of coffee, though. Due to inflation, that's how much a medium coffee costs at Starbucks. And so Mona is still she is still going on about how Instacart be messing up her order. Mainly the guys. Instacart driver. I would rather just be I don't want to be an Instacart worker if I had to choose. I would rather be a Uber or a Lyft driver. I don't really want to do the grocery shopping thing. It's too many moving parts. And when you're driving, just as a driver, it's just one thing. And just pray that they don't have so many stops. Wow, you remember those days? Simona's talking about when she dated a pizza delivery driver, and she would drive along with him while he delivered pizza, and she was fussing at him saying like, yo, you should have said thank you to the people. Had a nice day. That's why you only had a $3 tip. I miss those days. How come? Do you remember when Lyft and Uber first started? Maybe you remember when they let you drive with a partner? I miss those days because that's what they had YouTube channels, guys, where it would be husbands and wives, and they would be just going live on YouTube while they were waiting for their next gig, basically, to go pick somebody up. But when rules changed, they stopped that, and I don't think you can do that anymore. So now they're talking about the, quote, urban legend of the candy, checking the candy and stuff. Mark is saying he think it was not real. He said he doesn't really believe it. So now they're talking about in reference to how they feel when their kids do go, trick-or-treating, and rather not eating the candy from people that they don't know. Joe was expressing that he don't have that much trust in the community. Like I was saying before, like when I used to go trick-or-treating, I would get the candy, but I wouldn't eat it from the neighbors. I would just go to like Family Dollar and eat that candy that I bought from there. But collecting the candy was fun. Wow. So this episode is pretty cool right now. Once again, thank you guys so much for coming in, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. This is a bonus video, and it will be, I'm only going to be reviewing the first hour of this said episode. If you want to follow along with me, the link is in the description, and I am in about 21 minutes into the video. I was talking about giving the kids a better alternative to serving them candy. Yeah, you're going to be reliving Devil's Night on Halloween. They're going to come back and egg your house. Hello. So what happened? So that happened on Halloween night when Mark's food got stolen off his porch. Oh, Mandarin. Oh my gosh. Isn't a Mandarin an orange? So Mark gave the kids a Mandarin. That's kind of cute, but you're walking on fine. You're walking on a fine line right there, y'all. Would you give during trick-or-treating, for those who do that and pass out candy to the children, would you pass them out the little oranges? Is it worth risking your windows getting egged? Is it worth the risk of your car probably getting egged, all in the name of wanting to give the kids a healthy alternative to eat some food? To eat something healthy? What's happening? Okay. What are you supposed to be? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Oh, man. So he gets a big bowl filled with candy. So it's like the honor system. You get a large bowl of candy. You put it out there on the porch, turn the light on the porch light and say, take one, honor system. How many kids are really going to abide by the honor system when they're passing out candy? I've seen that a couple of times. And I did just take one. And it was nice to be nice. But I'm quite sure there were more people who came before me and after me who did not abide by the take one candy. I can tell you that much for sure. Thank you guys so much for coming in, the ones who had just passed through. It's really cool. And shouts out to Replay Gang. Oh my gosh, Simona was talking about, do you remember when the bigger kids would attack the little kids and take their candy? Now, I wasn't a victim of that, thankfully. But in like all these Halloween movies like Michael Myers, when they show the trick-or-treating scene, it never fails. It seems like in my mind, there's always a scene where they'll show, bigger kids picking on the little kids and taking their bags of candy. Now, that's not cool, right? What I did for Halloween, watch movies, ate candy and popcorn, and hung out with my family. That's what we did. And then we continued that on into the following day. It was really nice. Now that it's on the commercial break, I want to see what you guys said in the survey. Have you ever heard of the Joe Budden Podcast /TV show? Or 55% said yes and 45% said no. That's cool. So I'm glad I'm able to, I guess, help you guys know what it is all about. The link that I'm watching /listening is in the description below. And currently it's on a commercial, so I just use that time to read the survey and see what you guys are getting into. I appreciate you guys' thumbs up in this. This is something new I'm doing in reference to this TV show. I used to do these responses, but not on live when I was going over the TGIF Fox Soul. I used to do Fox Soul reviews. But since they've disbanded Fire Song with Funky Dineva, Armand Wiggins, Al, and Claudia Jordan, I'm looking around. I'm basically shopping around for another show to review. So I've been bouncing back and forth between the Breakfast Club, because I like the Breakfast Club, and I've been bouncing back and forth through the Joe Budden Podcast. So I'm not going to put myself in one box and just stick to one said podcast. Why would I do that? It's just like forcing myself to listen to one type of music and rate that one type of music. So I'll be going back and forth in between Joe Budden Podcast and the Breakfast Club. And I do have a playlist for both. Thank you guys so much for pressing the like button. It means a lot. What's going on, Benjamin Buttons? Nice to see you at this time. I'm just doing a casual review video reaction response to Joe Budden Podcast episode 874, Mike and Molly. Just the first hour only to see how things go, test the waters. And if this particular episode holds my interest, I'll come back on sometime this week and go over hour 2. Thank you so much for coming in. I hope all went well with you by way of yesterday, what you was telling us. So what are they talking about? They're talking about a turkey and canned goods. So are they all talking about the holidays, like Thanksgiving now? Are they talking about Thanksgiving? Yo, good. I'm so happy everything turned out.
I'm very happy that everything turned out for you, buddy. We're rooting for you. Congratulations. Shouts out to Benjamin Buttons. High five, Duke. High five.
Very good. Oh, yeah, they are talking about Thanksgiving right now. Hot food. Well, I hope it's hot. What you gonna do? Start just handing out TV dinners like a parade? Bam, bam. You'll get a TV dinner, a frozen TV dinner at that. That's not what we doing now. We throwing out the frozen frozen TV dinners instead of candy during Thanksgiving. We know times are hard. Here's some TV dinners instead of candy. Oh my God! Lawsuit. Macy's Day Parade lawsuit. Am I a voice actress? I would like to be. Thank you for asking. I got to figure out how to get my hands down into doing something like that. Well, now they're talking about packaged food. What is this man talking about? Freeze talking about you got to pass out packaged food. The technicalities of passing out food. So you mean you can't do you cannot do a New Jack City thing where you just stand on the corner and do a frozen turkey giveaway no more? He said homeless people move around. Yes, they do. But that's a great place where you want to pass out food. So is he saying that rules have changed on how you can just go and pass out food to the homeless? Oh, wow. So they're talking about Rule 21, where there's a batch of homeless people where potential places where they can go feed them. Exactly. Find someone who is making a cartoon and team up with them. That's a good idea. Yes, because they have programs and stuff where you can do that at. So that's not an excuse. It's just a matter of me getting back and finding that particular talent place where I did my research and I found the place. But in between then, a lot of things have happened. So I have to refine that place so I can audition for it. I know that's right. Thank you so much. So in the meantime, I just be doing it on YouTube so I don't forget. That's one of the things I want to do. So for those of you who are watching and now and on the replay gang, what do you think about it only being 4 people on the crew? In between there, I see cars and stuff moving. Now, is that an actual window? Is that an actual window? Because I thought I saw cars moving in the background. For those of you who are actually watching the Joe Budden podcast with me, the window scene, is that staged or is that an actual window? Because I thought I saw, now that it's not a lot of people there, I was able to see cars going by. That's cool. Yes, I am. That's what keeps me sane in such a dark world. That's what's supposed to keep all of you guys sane in the dark world, to remain being a child at heart. Oh wow, so they're actually counting their blessings, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Okay, this is different. We're 29 minutes into the Joe Budden Podcast. And they're asking one another. They're going around the couch asking if they say their prayers before they go to sleep. And how do they do it? Wow, that's neat. Very neat. Mona's hair is red. It's really bright red. There's so many shades of red hair you could choose from. I do like red hair, but I have to be careful because the red dye, man. The red dye. Wow, I'm so surprised they're talking about this. This is really cool, though. There's a red cup beside Mona's table. Well, there's a table besides Mona. And I wonder if that red cup is hers. But what difference does it make because she hasn't reached over to drink out of it? Have you seen Mona pick up a cup and drink anything out of it like Mel used to do? I haven't yet. That's a good thing. No shade, it's just the truth. Wow, we're 31 minutes into this live stream and there's only 4 people still on the set. Where's the other 2 people? Why is he wearing... Joe's wearing clogs. Clogs like the river dance. La 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 ha 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 ha. River dance. Do you think the river dance people made clogs popular? There's clogs and there's Crocs. So excuse me. He's not wearing clogs. He's wearing Crocs. She'll be gone soon. Joe is toxic. Do you think she'll last at least until the end of the year? So far, so good. He's not wearing Crocs. So he's not wearing clogs, you idiot. He's wearing Crocs. Tomato. Joe's wearing clogs. Sit down before you get us canceled. We're just now starting to lift off on the ground here. I think do you think Mona will last at least until the end of the year? I think she will. I think she'll roll over into a good February. Really? Wow, that's too bad. I had seen some things like that on YouTube because there's a lot of things on YouTube that you can learn. And I was hoping that wasn't the case, but I did come across some stuff about that. Giving food to the homeless. It's not like it used to be. There's a lot of things that have changed in reference to that. And I'm not sure it's in a way to protect the people who are being philanthropical. If I said, y'all know what I'm saying, to protect them from the homeless, because perhaps the homeless have changed and they're a little more aggressive now. So maybe it's due to safety reasons. They just want you to be careful when doing that. Unfortunately, look, like when you go to the zoo, they say don't feed the animals because it'll become too many, like in Finding Nemo. Mine, and they'll swarm you like zombies. So maybe that's the reason. They want you to be careful. I'm sorry. But I feel what you're saying, and all in the name of safety reasons. I think maybe that's why. So I get it. You have to be careful nowadays. Let me see what they're talking about now. What is she twirling around in her hands? Is that a perfume bottle is that a perfume bottle in Mona's hands? Is that perfume? Well, if so, Mona, that's a lipstick or is that perfume? Girl, what is that? I'm curious. I want to know, is that perfume or lipstick? And can we please zoom in on her nails? Can we do a zoom in on Mona's nails, please? So what are they talking about? I'm talking all over the show. Hey, how you doing? She's talking about dairy. High five. Bam. That is a good show. My husband and I are watching that. We've already watched it twice. Dairy, 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 dairy. You think Mona is a downgrade? Compared to who? Miss Melissa Ford? Downgrade by way of talent? I like her voice. They both have nice voices. Mona's got a nice voice, like a radio voice. Yo, I'm Mona. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the JVP, blah, blah, blah. I'm Mona. Good morning, all y'all. Today, the breakfast gonna be... I think it's going all right. It's obvious that they want one of the main people to be on the show a female. It's obvious they want it to be a female on there because that's why they keep rotating them out. Man, Melissa was smarter. Mona is more outspoken. I like that. Melissa was smarter. Mona is more outspoken. Do you think that Mona is... I think Mona is smart, but it's just being cautious because she just got there and maybe there's no need for two smart brains in the building. We've got, what's his name? Mark, the alleged brain of the building already. But what's so wrong with having a male brain and a female brain? So if maybe Mona just doesn't want to let the world know just how smart she is in reference to that. Good morning. Melissa was smarter. I like the way Melissa used big words because I was trying to learn them, and the way she used her fancy smancy aristocratic words. I enjoyed her for her verbiage, but I honestly don't know what she was saying beyond that, except for the fact that she just used big words and sauteed them over things. But far as giving a powerful, impactful delivery, something that I can take away from each show in reference to her, as far as a speaking point that I would want to take away from, I didn't have too many takeaway points. But I did like her there. However, I wish she didn't censor herself too much. I wish she didn't censor herself so much because it made it appear that she was dumbing herself down intentionally. And then it also gave the appearance that by her feeling that way, she felt there was no other choice but to be small and be quiet and just see where things will go. But if you just be small and be quiet and see how things will go, they'll forget about you. And I think that's what happened. So Melissa was smarter, Mona is more outspoken. I think both women are actually smart, but the downside from Melissa was that she chose to be quiet too much. She censored herself way too much, and I didn't like that. I wanted more from her. And for Miss Mona, let's see where she'll be in about 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. But she talks a lot. And I'm already bringing home takeaways to share. Let's just say, girl, I'm going to the hair salon. I listened to JVP because Mona was there. I can actually remember what she talked about. Even if it's just what may be considered mediocre talk, it actually stuck in my head. I think that's what the difference is. Because she was talking about saying prayers before bed. She was talking about dairy. Real life human stuff. Dairy, man. My husband and I just watched that. Relatable stuff. And a lot of the things Melissa talked about, I could understand with an open mind if I were to walk a mile in her shoes as being as open-minded as possible. But I don't want to be walking a mile in someone else's shoes all day, every day, just so I can follow along with said conversation. So that's my take. So I'm running my mouth. I don't know what they're talking about right now, but they've been flowing. The guys have been flowing. So let's see. They're talking about music. They're talking about music right now. We've got Freeze in the ninja suit banter, talking back and forth between Joel and Beauty and the Beast. Oh, they're talking about Mac Miller. I heard some mention of Future. Really, you think so? In reference to the show, the gender ratio is skewed. Well, it's only one lady and a ton of guys. Yeah. It still could work with one lady if they will allow her a fair enough time to speak, and I think one lady will be fine. The thing is the one lady comfortable with being up there with all those men? That's the thing. Finding a woman who is truly, authentically comfortable, being in a room full of guys, seeing them as like her brothers, like, oh, it's another day, in the barbershop. If they will allow her to have more time to speak seasonally throughout the show, I think one will be just fine. Thank you guys for your input and for pushing the thumbs up. It means a lot. Hi. So yeah, we're 40 minutes in. Showbiz. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that name in a long time. And I'm not talking about Showbiz Pizza. Shouts out to Chuck E. Cheese. Shouts out to Billy Bob. Shouts out to Five Nights at Freddy's. All the animatronic people. But they're talking about a music person, Showbiz. I haven't heard that name tossed around in a minute. He's on there. And he threw himself in. He said, and Joe Budden on there. Do you think Flip is, quote, too stupid, or do you think he pretends to be that way? Like Molly, Mo, Larry, and Carrie, the Three Stooges. Do you think he's just choosing to be that? Do you think being silly was his role that he got hired in on, and perhaps he's just stuck as that and cannot expand to be something more like YouTube? You be a YouTuber and you have one niche, you're gonna get stuck at that one niche, and when you want to try to bend and do something else, they're going to put you back in this niche because they only known you to be one-dimensional. So what do you think? Is he intentionally being that way? Or do you think he's been playing a role of being like a Three Stooges for so long, don't nobody want to see him no other way, and now he's turning hostile in a way and acting out in a way because he cannot be smart, quote, like Mark and everybody else? So far, these are the remaining people who are sitting on the couch. Hills have Ice 3. Who's that by? And I don't think they're talking about, what's that guy? He shaved his head off now. The Weeknd. They're not talking about The Weeknd. I think they're talking about someone else with the album. It's nice to hear the music banter. I keep saying banter. That's not the right word. I'm liking the music conversation. What are they talking about? Approaching the track seriously. How do you approach your track seriously when you're rapping? I suppose if it's a serious song, you will be serious. It's no different from me getting up here doing a spoken word. It all depends on how the delivery is. If I wrote a spoken word about how life is hard today, and I get up there, the delivery is going to be strong, reflecting that. So I get it. Joe is the product. Look at Rory and Mal. They have to keep the formula going. There is a formula, everyone says, a concoction, a mix that you have on each podcast that works for them. Formula 51. Well, it seems like it's a big mad race into all this podcast stuff, so maybe they need to get some Formula 51 or some STP. You listen to Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. I do like their music. I don't listen to it heavily, but they have been influencing my life, There's some commercials going on right now, so I can read some more of the comments. So Joe is the product, look at Rory and Mal. They have to keep the formula going. In reference to formula, that's what I'm thinking. Each podcast, each stream person, even myself, we have our own formula that works best for us. It's about finding your way, doing something you love, and incorporating facets that you like and figuring out how to apply. It's basically like quilting, making the quilt for you. A quilt, have you ever seen a quilt that's just one big old fabric square? No. A patchwork quilt is tightly stitched together, and from a distance it looks like one giant picture, but when you get closely to it, it's pieces from all walks of life and experiences of life, good or bad, stitched together to make one formula. So everybody's quilt is different, but everybody has a quilt, right? Now I cannot share my formula. It's a ancient recipe. And all I need is just my look, Paula Dean, looking for a come up. And she be in the chat right now talking, formula. She's about to share her recipe. And she go take it, and there we go. So thank you for asking, but it's an ancient secret that I will not be sharing, because I'm quite sure Paula Dean back there in the comments with her mixing bowl, just ready to take it. But we all have one. Kool-Aid, grape or red? Grape or red? What kind of Kool-Aid you want? Paula Dean, she used 25 sticks of butter to make a pound cake. And you wonder why everybody on Ozempic. 25 sticks to make a pound cake. Just thinking about it put me into shock. Clear!
Somebody get us some water.
I know that's right. Shouts out to Paula Dean. Shouts out to Martha Stewart. Bam. They've got some music playing in the background. Preem, short album EP. They're giving a shout out to a music person named Preem, and they seem to all be in agreement that they like it. Okay, I'm really liking this music section. Mona isn't saying anything. Maybe she's not well versed on the music, but the fact that I like about Mona is that she's allowing room for the men to be men and talk. And she's not well versed on anything. She's soaking up knowledge about said topic. It feels like a sense of respect instead of just feeling the buckling under the pressure of like, oh shoot, I gotta say something. It's too much dead time in between, and I gotta say something. No, you don't have to say something if you just don't have anything to say in reference to said topic. So I do respect the quiet space and just letting the guys kick it back and forth about the music. And shouts out to the camera crew because they're just keeping the cameras going back for us on the guys who are actually talking about said conversation. So it's like out of sight, out of mind, temporarily let the men speak. Oh, snap. He's going off on the people. He said chatty patties. He's talking about other content creators who are apparently sitting up there talking about them. Isn't that something? Podcasters reviewing other podcasters. That's funny. So they're talking about Offset. Offset's got a mixtape. It was about 5 seconds. It sounded all right, but you know how that is, though. It can sound good all day, but they're probably saying a whole bunch of bad words. So, you know how that goes. On the grand scheme of things, for people who don't mind listening to toxic music day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, it's going to work. And that's about all I can say. Wow. So Mona's talking about artists are supposed to just respond with songs. So is she saying she wish things would go back to the way they were, where the music people, what they wanted to respond about a situation, she rather them to just hit the studio booth and share their business over the way of music, opposed to just doing these personal interviews divulging their business? So she wants them to tell their business, but only through songs like it used to be. I understand that. I do miss that, but I do understand that, and I do miss that. There's no but. I understand it, and I do miss that. Not because it was a mystery of it all. It's just because the music of it all. However, in order for the music artist who wants to step out of the booth and mingle with people and not lose connection to humanity, it will be wise to still interview with people and interact with people. So there's the other facet of it. You don't want to get lost in the booth all day. You might go blind. Stevie, pause. I'm sorry. Okay, what is she expressing? What is she talking about? I missed it. What is she talking about? She's asking a question. Whatever the question it is, I think it has something to do in reference to expressing oneself lyrically. But lyrically, there was some truth in there, like shots were fired or something. But it's got the guys all engaged, so all of them are talking amongst each other, about said topic. So I like that. Oh, she's talking about addressing rumors that she may have heard. Okay, so yeah, Joe. So just addressing the personal tips and whatever. Who throwing jabs? Oh, so they're talking about this whole Cardi B and Offset thing. So, Offset and Cardi are going back and forth through music, talking about, I'm over it, Offset is claiming that he's unbothered about this whole thing with Cardi B moving on. So that's what they're talking about. Them throwing the jabs back and forth to one another instead of just sticking into the music, just sticking with the music and putting your true feelings out on the CD, for lack of a better description. He's bleeding all that stuff into other facets of life. Well, that's how he's handling this whole situation. Is that his first time being married? Where's his friends at? To help him if they think he's on the wrong path, because Mona seems to think that Offset is on the wrong side of expressing himself and dealing with his feelings in reference to his separation from Cardi. I do too. I really do. I feel bad for the kids too. We're about 52 minutes in. I have a few more minutes left for this. Oh man, so they're just talking about how men and women conduct themselves socially, like subtweets and stuff. When there's a breakup and you blah blah blah. It is weird to see this happen amongst celebrities, because growing up you will only see this happening in your community or like with your family. You could hear conversations about this, or growing up in high school and college. But when you think about it, what's so different from a college person and the celebrity? Only a few dollars and some exposure on social media. Outside of those two things, everybody has lives, and they're going to conduct themselves probably the same way we see most people conduct themselves. through the days of going to high school and college and in adulthood. That's it. So why be so surprised when we see all these celebrities respond in real life to sad situations? This is pretty decent. This hour is almost up, and I'll have to decide whether or not I want to continue on sometime this week with the next one or not. But this is pretty good. He's acting like a crazy woman. Oh, you in that fur? Is it her trunk? Oh no! He's talking about the ladies. Oh no. Wow. This is different. Yeah, you are all entitled. That's the thing. You're entitled to your own opinions and how you feel. What did they say? If someone punches you in the face, you have every right to take in how you feel. The person who punches you in the face has no right to say, stop hollering. It's kind of like when your children, for those of you who got disciplined with a switch or that leather belt, you get a spanking from your parents growing up, and they have the gall to say, stop crying. I'm like, dude, it hurt. How can I stop crying? Now I'm crying because you get me all confused. It's crazy. It's just too much. It's just too much. Where my tissue at? Oh, it's just too much. Y'all doing too much. Hi, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Mona said, I love when artists put their feelings into art. Oh boy. So what Mona is saying is she likes when the artists put their pain into their music, their expressions into the music. But what she's saying is that she doesn't understand if Future, is that the guy who once dated Cardi, is saying that he's over it. He doesn't care. She's wondering, why are you still making music about it? Feeling some type of way. That's her concern. I get it. I'm over it. I'm done eating McDonald's. I'm tired. I'm done with McDonald's. I'm over McDonald's. The next album come out. Everybody love McDonald's. I'm going with 2 McDonald's. But bro, you just said you was down with McDonald's. Now you just made a whole album talking about this. Somebody said McDonald's. What's going on? So I guess you're not over. So which one is it? How am I supposed to really read? How am I supposed to do a listen to on your album based off of your confusion? If you're having a listening party under the guise of you saying you're over a sad situation, we're going to believe you come next album. Here's the next album. You said you over it, you done with McDonald's. So we're listening to, based on what you said, your album at this album release party, 100 people in the chat with the clear mind that you're over it. The past is the past, so we're ready to hear a new you. What you gonna do now? What have you done? When we play that intro, yeah, her, she done made me mad. We like, wait a minute. I hope he's not talking about Cardi, because I thought he said he was over. So we're still listening with pure intention and pure heart. But he's still talking about the same stuff. It kind of washes down and water downs the whole listening party experience, because now we're like, we thought you just said you were over it. We were here under one sound, one mind, ready to root you on, but you're still circling the drain with the same sad thoughts. Maybe the intro, maybe the first half of the song saying, yeah, you did me bad, but I'm better, yeah. And then roll on and talking about, popping your collar, talking about what you're doing now. I'm glad it happened. I'm doing good. I got 18,000 cars since you gone. I bought several beaches and boats and Bugattis now that you go. Like, yeah, he got her out of his system. Yeah, I'm getting happy. He living this truth. If it's a lie now, he done moved on. But if you still stuck, how can we rock with the CD? Now I'm stuck. So I get it. So shout out to Mona for calling that out. We have about 2 minutes more left in this live stream in reference to said video. And I'm having a good time. I'm having a pretty decent time. Okay. So, let me get ready to end this survey. We have a lot of audience participation in reference to this. Here it comes up right here. Have you ever heard of the Joe Budden Podcast or Joe Budden TV? 50% say yes, 50% says no. So, like I said, I started this because I used to do this for the Foxhole TGIF with Claudia Jordan L, Funky Dineva. But that show is no longer there. So now I've been going between the Joe Budden Podcast and the Breakfast Club. So that's what's going on over here when I have bonus videos and going back to my podcast reviews. I'm fishing out which one. But why just choose one when I can just go back and forth between both? So I have a separate playlist for TGIF Foxhole when they were relevant. I have a small playlist for Breakfast Club and also a small playlist for the Joe Budden. It's classified under the celebrity news and things category. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I had a great audience turnout, nice participation. And then there is I was about to say a pie chart, but that's a bar graph. Tomato, it's a chart. So I had some fun on here. They didn't put their costumes back on, and we're about an hour into the show. I stopped it, and it's only been 4 people on the show. I don't know where the other 2 are at and if they're coming back or not. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you have any other suggestions or any questions in reference to me wondering my takes and views on the said show that I'm covering, feel free to put it in the comments or in the community post. My name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Until further notice, Basket Head will be on tomorrow. For those of you who have been following me, it's the extremely intentionally long live stream show with Basket Head at 5 a.m. a.m. 5 a.m. a.m. Yes, 5 a.m. a.m. 5 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be a long stream show, and we'll be watching the movie together. Thank you so much, and have a good day, y'all. Bye.